Hey guys, it is Tuesday, July 7th, 2020. I messed up yesterday and said it was Tuesday, July 6th, so I just don't ever know what day it is anymore. But I got my hat on again today. You got such a good response yesterday. I got a couple new subscribers, so I'm going to keep wearing it. It must bring me good luck. And I got my Farm Aid shirt on from 1996. This is one of the first dates me and my wife went on. A long time ago back in Columbia, South Carolina. Saw a lot of good bands. Anyway, I've been kind of in a raunchy mood today over some things I probably shouldn't be in a raunchy mood over. And it has to do with what I was talking about yesterday. I have some friends, or have a friend who posted an attachment on Facebook, and it basically read this. I'm going to read it again. Breonna Taylor's name is no longer trending, and the police that murdered her are still free. If you see this, please repost. Arrest Brett H., Jonathan M., Miles C. for the murder of Breonna Taylor. And once again, if you don't know about Breonna Taylor, look it up, read about it. Don't go to the leftist websites to look at it. Look for the truth. Look at some of the local news outlets, as well as some, even there's some good YouTube stuff out on it. Officer Tatum and ABL, some other folks. But the definition of murder is to kill unlawfully and with premeditation. And they're asking for these officers to be charged with murder so they can be arrested when the suspect's boyfriend shot at them first. They did do a no-knock warrant, or they did bust through their door like they're supposed to. They did their job. They went into the house at night. I'm sure it startled them, but the guy pulled a gun, shot, wounded an officer, returned fire, killed one of them. I don't know how doing your job is grounds for murder. I don't see it as excessive. I see it as self-defense at that point. And I'm very disappointed in my friends for having that point of view. But the bigger picture is the comments that were made on when I tried to defend the police, when I tried to say, hey, you put yourself in their shoes, or you do, the question I asked was, what would you do if you were the police and someone shot at you? How would you react? If you were the policeman? And only one person out of like 10 people that responded to this thing even tried to answer it, and I didn't like their answer. Well, their answer was, I think it was the way they wanted to answer it, but it's not really how they would react. The reaction is going to be, you're going to shoot them if you have a gun. If somebody shoots at me, I'm going to shoot them. So, but here's what I want to talk about: the police. And they're getting a bad rap right now. They were heroes 3 months ago during the COVID. They're the worst thing ever in the last month since George Floyd. It's like complete reversal. We want to defund them, want to prosecute them, want to hold them to this much higher standard that I thought everything was going pretty good, considering the amount of police murders, people that police murder, in the year has dropped dramatically over the last few years. But from a personal standpoint, I've had situations with the police that's been very minor, and I'm not going to get into them, but it's those little things like debris blowing off my trailer when I was in landscaping in the city of Camden, to like not wearing a seatbelt in the city of Columbia. And you know what? I got upset with the police. But in the big scheme of things, I was breaking the law. But no one wants to be confronted by the police. I've never done anything excessive to where, they're pulling guns out at me or frisking me or anything like that. But it's because if you don't break the law, you won't. They won't do this to you. And in Breonna's situation, she was a suspect because she was attached to this drug house. But let me say something about police. Law enforcement, the pay's not that great. The job is intense. You got to stay on your toes constantly. You're out and about. You're changing environments. You're dealing with every different level of people you can imagine. And a lot of times we can avoid those. I can avoid those even with what I do, but they have to deal with every single kind of person, whether it's the most elite rich to a working man, to someone that's drunk, to a homeless person, to kids, whatever it is, they cover the whole gamut. So they have to be extremely flexible in how they approach people. They maintain a lot of the same demeanor. A lot of times it seems probably like a cockiness to them, but they're keeping that same demeanor because they just want to keep that. You got to be the authoritative figure. You don't want to push people around, but you gotta stand tall. You are the police, and listen, they're here to protect us. They're there when you call them. They're the first ones a lot of times on the scene of an accident. They're dealing with crazy peoples at the 7-Eleven and crazy people at the ball field or at a festival or a concert, grocery store, Walmart. They're there. I mean, you call them, they're there. They're going to deal with situations. They also, like I mentioned about the first at a scene, they help save lives. A lot of times they're there before an ambulance or fire. They're saving lives. They're actually out there helping a lot of people make better choices. They're not just trying to arrest somebody. A lot of times they're saying, hey, why don't you do it this way, then it's not breaking the law, or hey, why don't you move down here. A lot of times they're helping them make a better choice in life. They help with funerals here locally, which is awesome. They help graduation ceremonies. They're in schools. They're proud to serve their community. And there's like 1, 2, 3 bad apples a year, which is pretty good considering how many police we have. There's a lot more bad apples, in my opinion, in things like the insurance industry or the attorney industry or the doctor industry. There's a lot of bad apples. I remember, I'll make this real brief. I had a daughter, she was from India, that was treating our son when he was real small and premature. And this is no lie, this is how dirty she was. We got billed for some stuff because he was in the hospital for like 5 months. We got billed for some stuff that was the hospital's fault, and insurance picked up on it. And I asked her, I said, you going to let the insurance company know that it was your fault? And she said, what they do not know, we do not tell them. What the insurance company does not know, we do not tell them. That's dirty. That's dirty. So there is dirtiness everywhere. There's dirty cops, but there's dirty construction guys. There's dirty camp directors. There's dirty housewives. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's dirty preachers. There's dirty people everywhere. There's bad people everywhere. And I don't know the facts on this, but I think only 3 people this year have actually been killed by cops. Maybe more now, but like a few months ago it was like 3 or 4. It's pretty small. And more people have been killed by like shark or jellyfish than cops. So, we're not protesting shark, jellyfish, but we're out here wanting to protest and rub these guys down in the ground. And I'm not going to let people that I know dogpile on the officers. They're willing to die for you and me. They're willing to put their neck out there on the line whenever it's needed. And they're Johnny on the spot most all the time. I'm not going to complain about them at all when certain situations like this happen, because you know what? She shouldn't have been affiliated with people doing drugs. She shouldn't have been moving packages. She shouldn't have been. They did enough work to pull a warrant on her, a no-knock warrant from a judge. Something was going on, and there's more that's going to come out on this. But I'm going to tell you, don't falsely accuse cops until the facts are out. And I talked about this yesterday. Get the facts, and then you make your determination. These people, these friends of mine, they're wrong. They're wrong. Get the facts, then ask them to be arrested. Don't just start spouting on stuff because you want to be a keyboard hero, warrior, whatever you are. You want to get more friends, build up your millennial kingdom. Anyway, guys, have a great day, and see you tomorrow.